Well, I do want to specify that the stance of Christians being abolitionists is only a fairly recent development. For the majority of Christian history, it's been affirmative in being able to hold slaves. Just wanted to add that in.
So what was the abolishment of slavery had to do with them?
People wanting freedom from slavery because they recognize that people should be free and not subject
what
to
kind of
ownership.
System of slavery was in place when the abolitionists came about?
Antebellum slavery.
Right. Okay. So what was that slavery based on? How could you own a slave? What were the requirements to own a slave?
It's based on the Bible.
I'm no expert on antebellum slavery, but my understanding is that it was pretty similar to Christianity, with the only difference being if you beat your slave to death, there's no punishment. Okay. So it was a little bit harsher.
So can you show me in the Bible where it says that in order to own a slave, they have to be black or a different type of race?
It doesn't say they have to be black. It says you can buy them from nations around you.
Coming from another nation,
what the US did.
Race, by the way.
The US bought slaves from other nations and then owned them for life, passed them on to their children.
Yeah, and if a white guy came from another nation, could they make him a slave?
In the ancient world, yes.
No.
Antebellum.
That wasn't what he asked.
Well, no, I understand that. I was in the middle of like.
Neither of us ever made the claim that antebellum slavery is exactly the same as Christian slavery.
You said it was based. He literally just said it was based on the Bible.
It is based on the Bible. Yeah, absolutely. But that doesn't mean it's exactly the same.
All right. The laws on the books in the South at that time governing slavery were inspired by the Bible, and all you have to do is read the laws.
And the abolitionist movement was inspired by who again? Because you admitted it. But go ahead.
Yeah, Christians were responsible for the abolition, but what use the Bible. They used secular ethics.
Right. It was the abolitionists were actually
what makes it
deviating from hold on. So the Christians in the abolitionist movement were deviating from the established Christian interpretation. So they were essentially creating their own interpretation of the material in order to be abolitionists, which means that they obviously were driven by secular forces rather than, God forces.
The secular forces of the 1800s in America. Because everybody was just a secularist in America in the 1800s.
It's not what I said.
They didn't realize they were, but they were being influenced by secular ethics because the Bible certainly makes no indication.
The secular deistic God or something? Like, where was the influence coming from?
No, so their personal. It was their personal. It was their personal opinions that drove their reinterpretation of the scripture to be abolitionists. So that's what we mean by secular, is just that it was absent of any kind of like God belief in the Bible. It's just that was their motivating factor. They didn't like slavery, so they reinterpreted their scriptures in order to be abolitionists.